1, 2, 3, 4 years completed, but time just will not stop. In terms of quests released per year, this one sits at the top. 23 full years of questing, Caves of Bank must stay alive. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2005. Welcome back to April 11th, 2005. And the grand return to this series here. The RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Quest Through Time. The old school RuneScape Trailblazer Reloaded League was a great time. Probably. Doesn't actually start for another 3 weeks currently. Doing pre-recording. Because I need to get to a certain place before the league actually starts. But that's over now, and we're back here. And I'm... Time, don't worry about it. Anyways. Big stuff today. But first, a few other updates. On April 12th, 2005, got a giant security news post on the website. All sorts of tips and tricks about how to be more secure. A lot of talk about the password recovery questions, because that used to be a thing. Set your questions up with your specific answers, but probably don't actually answer the question, in case anybody would know the answers. Just go to the account management page on the website and use these handy tips for what you should make your password and recovery questions like. Make sure they are difficult to guess. Make sure your password is unique. Don't use it on multiple websites. Don't go around telling everybody what your password and security questions are. And try not to use simple patterns for the questions. Like answering it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or anything like that. And then some extra helpful bits for keeping your computer safe from spyware and keyloggers. Listed a few websites you could go visit for helpful things in 2005. Go get your free firewall from zonealarm.com. Learn how to remove keyloggers from hackfix.org. And get a free version of Adaware Anti-Spyware from lavasoft.com. Some of these are still kind of things, but your results may vary getting computer security questions from almost 19 years ago at this point. So, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. On April 18th, 2005, there were some Castle Wars changes. The bandage tables were moved from the main area of the castles up into the spawn rooms. So you would be able to grab all the bandages to heal during the game, leave the spawn, go do stuff. But you couldn't get more healing from the enemy's base and just stay there forever. And also, high-level players couldn't just sit next to the bandage tables the entire game, being unable to be killed, while holding their own team's flag so the other team couldn't ever score. Makes things a little bit more fair. On the free-to-play side of things, they can now make chocolate cakes by combining a cake with a chocolate bar or chocolate dust. Chocolate dust now being free to play. And everyone can now make chocolate dust from a chocolate bar and a knife. So, go crazy. All the chocolate dust you could dream of. And also over in free-to-play, but with some connections to what we're going to be doing today, there's a new sewer dungeon in Draenor. It's got an anvil. It's really far away from a bank, but go for it. And that leads us to what we're actually doing here. The next quest. Desert Treasure. The hardest quest to date. Only the strongest and bravest adventurers should even attempt it. Don't bring your best equipment, since you'll probably die and lose a bunch of things. Mostly because the death mechanics are still keep your most expensive 3 or 4 things. Or even 1 or 0 if you're skulled for some reason. Probably don't do that. So, if you don't want to lose a bunch of stuff, be wary. This is no joke. Requirements. The dig site. The tourist trap. Temple of Ikov. Priest in Peril. Waterfall quest. Troll stronghold. 10 slayer. 50 fire making. 50 magic. And 53 thieving. We've got 52 thieving, so we should probably deal with that. Because we need to do the quest, obviously. Required items, just an absolute pile of things. But first we should probably worry about the thieving. And also, all the stuff we have here. We're going to be doing a lot of magic for Desert Treasure. And so, we don't really want to have all this range stuff. So we're going to alch the green d'hide. Just buy that back from a shop. Gonna be slightly more expensive than this alch price though, so that's okay. We'll drop the Boots of Lightness. Alch the Amulet of Defense. I guess we probably make sure that's actually better for magic. Alch the Archer Helm though. Whoop. And we can also look at the Cape of Legends. But we need to go get the magic equipment from over here. Doesn't really matter which one we choose. Well, let's just go for Zeradomin. Get a magical cape and a magical staff. Will be a good time. You feel a rush of energy charge through your veins. Suddenly a cape appears before you. Take the Zeradomin cape. Very solid magical cape. And trade the Chamber Guardian here. Get the Zeradomin staff. And that is an achievement for purchasing a God staff here. Got the first one for free. Alched it. And now we have a new one. If we check the loadout here. With the Amulet of Defense, we get 182. And the magic is 184, so that's definitely better. And despite how it says Amulet of Defense, it does not actually give any defense, so that's okay. That. And I guess we can high alch the Legends Cape here too. That'll be fine. And we will think about alching more things here. We can't alch the Crystal Bow. So that's just going to stay here for now. Potentially useful for future endeavors here. But we've got magic weapon, magic amulet, magic cape. So now what we really need is some magic armor. Pop over to the Watchtower, where we can get some good stuff. Technically, we could get a lot of these kind of things that we're going to be getting from various Slayered monsters. And in fact, we did already get the gloves earlier, but we alched them because inventory space and not too concerned. But we are going to go get a full set of robes here, and even the boots, because unlike melee and ranged, there's actually magic boots that exist and are worth looking at compared to just keeping the boots of lightness around. What are we gonna get with the robes store owner here? A full set of blue mystic, which is nicely much cheaper than it was originally. The best magic robes you can hope to have at a reasonable price here. Now let's look the part here as a mage in our full mystic and Ceridoma staff. I think it matches pretty well. You get the dark mystic and a Zami staff. Would also be a good choice. Anyways, let's go get that one thieving level we need. Down in Podumnich, getting very close to where we will start Desert Treasure. We need a blackjack. Well, I got one model in stock at the moment. It's a Willow Blackjack, which I'd be willing to let go for 600 gold coins. I'll take it. Blackjacking. Much better than previous thieving methods we had available. See if we can't get into a good spot here. We can easily escape. We want the bearded guys. Knock them out. Knock them out. We're in combat, so we need to run away. Which means we're gonna go upstairs, go back downstairs. That should work. So knock him out. Pickpocket him. Knock him out. Knock him out. Pickpocket him. Knock him out. Pickpocket him. Knock him out. Pickpocket him. And basically that. Got auto pickpocket going, which is a situation. Pickpocket, pickpocket. We keep trying. Or sometimes succeed, but if we continue auto pickpocketing instead of knocking out again, he stuns us. That's no good. I'm just going to get some XP here. Knock him out. Knock him out. Knock him out. Keeps trying to stop us. That's no good. And we get auto stunned. So yeah, just a little bit of this, and we'll be good. 53 thieving. There we go. That is the quest requirement. And pickpocket desert bandits. Specifically the ones that do not have beards here. So that's okay. Before we head out, though, I want to make note of the general store here in Podumnich. Been running past this multiple times, constantly forgetting to look at it. They've got some weird stuff, so that's fun. Nothing we really need. Could stock up on more water skins while you're here. It's helpful. Eat some cheese. Sure. Anyways, we are now fully prepared to do Desert Treasure. All the quest requirements, all the skilling requirements. Now we just need all the items. And oh boy, is it lots of items. Water skins, a knife, 12 magic logs, 6 steel bars, 6 molten glass, charcoal, ashes, blood rune, regular bones, cake, silver bar, garlic, pestle and mortar, spiked boots, spice, specifically not gnome spiced, lockpicks, anti-poisons, tinderbox, face mask, stab restore potions, and defeat foes up to level 126. Quest length, very long. That's for sure. Needless to say, we cannot hold all these items at the same time, so we're going to have to go through bit by bit here. Starting with the stuff that we need at the start. So, let's go and get some things. Starting with the woodcutting portions. We kind of need to just wait around for a fire to burn out to get the ashes. We will do that while chopping down some magic trees. We've got 92 wood cutting, so it's going to be less of a pain than it normally is. Trying to boost wood cutting to be able to even chop the logs or get them from somewhere complicated. We're going to just chop magic logs. It's pretty good. 12 of these, and the ashes. That should be a good first inventory. With the amount of things we're going to be having, I think we're just going to grab a few water skins. Not really worry about the desert robes. Should all work out just fine. Heading out into the desert. Unsurprisingly, that is where desert treasure starts. I'm seeing a source of another of the items we need. It's gonna kill a guard here and take their bones. Brilliant. Run through the Shanty Pass. The Shanty Pass doesn't exist to spend 5 coins to go through, so that's fine. We just need to run out into the desert, having a great time. All the way down to the southwest here, getting over towards the Bedabing camp. We were over here earlier, much earlier, for tourist trap. Got a tasty pineapple. It was a great time. Also completely forgot to buy water skins. I'm sure we'll be fine. We've got 2 sharks and teleports. It's alright. We're going to be not spending a huge amount of time in the desert right now anyways, so it's okay. But here he is, as Garnia Smith, out in the desert, to start the quest. Howdy, stranger. What brings you out to these parts? I'm here for a quest. But what are you doing here? Nothing much. It doesn't seem like there's much to do out in the desert. Well, that's where you'd be wrong. I work for the Archaeological Society of Varrock, and have been excavating around here recently. Was there something you specifically wanted? Who are you, anyway? You don't recognize me. I'm the world-famous Asgarnia Smith, archaeologist extraordinaire. I'm the one who discovered the long-forgotten Temple of Ikov, the one who unearthed the strange, trap-filled arena in Brimhaven. I'm the leading archaeological expert of our time. I was voted Archaeologist of the Year 4 years running by the Varrock Herald. Are you really sure you've never heard of me? No, I really haven't. Well then, I'm confused. Why did you come over and speak to me if you don't know who I am? What do you want? Do you have any quests? Call it a hunch, but you look like the type of man who might. Well, it's funny you should say that. I'm not sure if I would really call it a quest as such, but I found this ancient stone tablet in one of my excavations. It would really help me out if you could go and take it back to the Varrock dig site for me and get it examined. It's very old, and I don't recognize any of the inscriptions on it. Accept quest. Desert treasure. Sure, I was heading that way anyway. Any particular person at Varrock dig site you want me to talk to? His name's Terry Bolando. Give it to nobody but him. I'm sorry, I can't entrust you with the actual tablet I found. It's far too valuable to give away. But I took these etchings. They should be enough for him to make a preliminary translation on. Come back and let me know what he says. I would hate to waste my time excavating anything that isn't worth my time as a world-famous archaeologist. Fair enough. We absolutely lied about going towards the dig site being something we were planning to do, but that's fine. We're gonna just run over there and enjoy, once again, the completely different dig site layout, especially with the archaeology release. We'll be able to just take this path right over there. Not a thing. So we get to run around. We're going to have a lot of running around places is going to be an entire situation. But for right now, we just have a fence in the way instead of all of the future problems that we're going to be dealing with. So, down to where the exam center would have been. Then we need to go back up to where it now is. It's a whole system. It's a whole system. Into the little grove area here. Doesn't exist. And there is the quest marker, or the trail to go start the archaeology skill. Wild stuff. Where is this guy at? Terry Belando. There he is. Hey there. Oh, I almost forgot. One of the students discovered an ancient book. Right, seems right up your street. Terry hands you an ancient codex. Not a thing yet. Thanks, though. Probably gonna need another space here. Let's try again. Ask about Desert Treasure Quest. Hello, are you Terry Belando? We really should know. We talked to him back in Dig Site, but okay. That's right. Who wants to know? Ah, yes, I recognize you. You're the fellow who found that strange artifact about Zeros for the museum, aren't you? What can I do for you now? That's right. I was in the desert town by the Bedouin camp, and I found an archaeologist who asked me to deliver this to you. You spoke to the legendary Asgarnia Smith? Quickly, let me see what he had to give you. He's always at the forefront of archaeological breakthroughs. So, what does the inscription say? Anything interesting? This is fascinating. These cuneiforms seem to predate even the settlement we are excavating here. Yes, this is most interesting indeed. Can you translate for me? Well, I'm not familiar with this particular language, but the similarities inherent in the pictographs seem to show a prevalent trend towards a syllabary consistent with the phonemes we have discovered in this excavation. So can you translate it for me or not? Well, unfortunately, this is the only example of this particular language I've ever seen, but I might be able to make a rough translation of sorts. It might be slightly obscure on the finer details, but should be good enough to understand the rough meaning of what was originally written. Please wait just a moment. I'll write up what I can. Translate into a journal for you. Then you can take it back to Asgarnia. I think you'll be extremely interested in the translation. Very good. He even took the first thing, so we got an extra inventory space here. That's fine. And there you go. That book contains the sum of my translating ability. If you would be so kind as to take that back to Asgarnia, I think it will reassure him that he is on the right track for a find of great archaeological importance. Wow, you write really quickly, don't you? What can I say? It's a skill I picked up through my many years of taking field notes. Alright. So, destroy the Codex Ultimatus. We will get that back once that exists again. Read the translation. This is a rough translation of the stone tablet brought to me by courier earlier today. The cuneiforms of this particular tablet are far different to anything I've previously seen in my career as an archaeological expert. Where possible, I've given as accurate a translation as possible, but some of the words I have attempted to translate hold different meanings depending on their intonation and context. Due to my unfamiliarity with this language, I've given possible translations for these words wherever I have encountered them. Wherever I have a word in brackets is a word which has many meanings depending on the context, although the general meaning should be clear to even a casual study. Hopefully this translation will help you in your excavations, Asgarnia, and as usual, I look forward to seeing what relics you bring back to the Museum of Varrock this time. Your friend as always, Terry Belando. Translation follows. There are some missing sentence fragments here, presumably from a stone tablet preceding this one, which you have not yet discovered. The permanent exile/journey of the people ended, and so it came to pass that deep in the fiery or uncomfortable desert, the gods argued/decided amongst themselves that the fortress slash home would be the selected slash chosen place that would imprison slash conceal the wealth slash power. They guarded slash protected, thus guarded slash protected, by the unusually archaic word here. I believe it means either the sick or the dead, depending on context. And defended slash trapped by the diamonds slash crystals of this word is untranslatable. So it was that the gods left the 4 diamonds slash crystals as the key slash secret. Guarded slash protected by the, again, this word has no modern equivalent, and held by the worthy slash strong, so that the wealth slash power might be forever imprisoned slash concealed. There seems to be some further missing information, continuing on to further tablet. But from this preliminary translation, I think you may be onto something very big indeed. There's definitely something with diamonds and guarded and all that. Let's get this back to Asgarnia. The carpets existing would be very convenient. iRug merchant that doesn't exist. Asgarnia, we are back. Hello there. So, what did Terry Belando say about those etchings? Did he give you a translation for me? Yes, he did. I have it here in this book. Did you take a read of this? It'll do you good to understand how this profession works. Here, have a read. I already did read the book. Yeah, I did. Kind of boring, really. Excellent. Let's give you a moment to read this, and talk to me again in a second. 1,000. Hello there. Interesting. It seems to me like there's some kind of treasure hidden out in the desert. So, what do you say? Fancy being a treasure hunter like me? Don't you mean archaeologist? Yes, an archaeologist. It's all this hot sun getting to me, I think. Well, anyway, let's just assume there is a treasure hidden in the desert somewhere. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that maybe if I found a big stash of gold and treasure, I wouldn't necessarily just hand it all over to the Museum of Varrock. Let's also say, purely hypothetically, that if there were such a big stash of treasure, and someone were to help me find it, then that hypothetical person might be entitled to, let's say, purely for the sake of argument, 30% split. 50%. That's right. A purely for the sake of argument, 50-50 split on this hypothetical treasure should it exist. Do you see where I'm going with this? You want me to help you find some treasure for a 50% share, as long as I don't tell anybody, and your reputation as an esteemed archaeologist with the Museum of Varrock remains intact, and nobody discovers you're actually just a treasure hunter? Yes, but the way you said it makes it sound like I'm doing something wrong. So, what do you say, partners? Yep. Well, I guess nobody's really going to lose out on anything, and we don't even know if there is any treasure. Aw, go on then. Count me in. Good lad. Well, if we split up, we'll be able to find the treasure quicker. I'll continue searching around here in the Bedouin camp. You head due south to the bandit village. If either of us find anything, we'll come find each other and say what, okay? You head due south, see what you can find out about this tablet. Running out into the desert. He'll stay here. He's totally going to continue finding information, I'm sure. Down to the bandit camp. They are over here. Time to die, Cerdominus filth. They are none too happy with our apparent god allegiance here. We're just going to casually not be wielding it. And now we're fine. Pay no mind. Actually, someone here training on these, huh? Wild. Bandit camp. It's been some empty buildings for a little bit, but now there's things. Talk to the bartender. The usual fountain of information. If you're not buying anything, I have nothing to say to you. That's fair. we can be working with that. Buy a drink. What's that? You want to buy a beer? It'll cost you 650 coins. Yeah. There you go. Now get out. We don't like your sword around here. I bought a beer. You've had your drink, now get out of here. I have nothing to say to the... No, wait. Look, I'm here on an archaeological expedition for the Museum of Varrock. I'm only here looking for artifacts. Oh, really? Our inheritance is only sand and death. What do you expect to find out here in this desert forsaken by the gods? I heard about 4 diamonds or crystals, something like that. The 4 diamonds of Azinadra? How did you hear about them? You've heard of them, then? It's just a fairy tale for children. Maybe one of the village elders might know more, but it's not really something I care about. Now get out of here. Your sword isn't welcome in my bar. The diamonds. Apparently a thing. I'm gonna talk to somebody else here. Also got a little general store kind of deal here. Kind of a desert situation out here in the desert, which makes sense. Could grab some water skins here. So far we've been dealing with the desert heat fine, so that's okay. We got a few different buildings here. Only one actual named person, really. We got Eblis. Yeah, there. Hello. I represent the Museum of Varrock, and I have reason to believe there may be some kinds of artifacts of historical significance in the nearby area. Ah, yes. The only time people care about our existence is when they think they have something to gain from us. I have nothing to say to you. You and your kind are not welcome here. Please, if I can just have a few minutes of your time to ask some questions. I suppose I can spare you that. What do you wish to know about? Why is this village so hostile? You would think I was asking you for money instead of just answers to a few questions. It is a long story, and I doubt you have much interest in hearing it. Your sort never are. You just take what you can of ours, and then abandon us once more to the deserts. No, let's hear this story. Explain what's going on here. Actually, I'd be quite interested to hear what it is you have to say to excuse the attitude everyone in this village seems to have. It all began many generations ago, when our ancestors were the proud rulers of these lands. My ancestors lived far to the north of here, and our lands stretched from the sea in the east to the river Lum and the mountain of ice. From coast to coast, north to south, our domain was absolute. Our God was kind to us and blessed us with prosperity and happiness. And in return, we were merciless to his enemies, wherever we found them. Then came the betrayal. Our God was banished, leaving us helpless to our fates. Without his protection, we were forced to fend for ourselves once more, against the enemies that sought to destroy us through their petty jealousies. But we did not succumb without fighting. The spiteful Saradomin and pathetic Zamorak warred with each other, but the hatred they had for each other was as nothing to the hatred they held towards us. With each battle they waged, we lost more and more land. Unable to fight on all fronts, we were pushed further and further south into this God's forsaken desert. Our greatest hero, Azinadra, was finally trapped in a strange stone structure to the south of here, and bound within by terrible powers. And with that, our lands, our homes, our very lives were stolen from us. Too weak to reclaim what was rightfully ours, we made our homes here, knowing that someday, Azinadra will return with his magnificent power and bring us back to our former glory. So, you're upset because of something that happened hundreds of years ago? Seems to me like maybe you should find some closure and let the past go. The insults heaped upon my race will never be forgotten. They will never be forgiven and will never again be overlooked. Someday, a harsh wind will blow upon this land, uncovering the wrongs of the past, and we will get back what is rightfully ours. Until such a day, we will bide our time here, and will always be ready with our blades for our righteous vengeance. History, good times, not so good times for them, sounds like. Do you know about the treasure near here. Specifically, since we've gotten more hints towards it, tell me about the 4 diamonds of Azanadra, the champion he was talking about. Have you ever heard of the diamonds of Azanadra? This is the treasure which you seek. Please accept my apologies, noble sir. I thought you were but some opportunist thief looking to steal what heritage we have left. Now I see that you are in fact a brave adventurer, looking to restore our glories back upon us. Yeah? So anyways, have you heard of them? Heard of them? Of course I've heard of them. They are the legacy of our greatest ever hero. So, do you have any idea where they might be? I have a feeling they will be very valuable. Valuable as historical artifacts, I mean, obviously. They were stolen by warriors of the false god Zamorak generations ago. When you find the warriors, you will find the diamonds. I suspect they would not willingly part with such objects of power, however. Beware, too, for these warriors are very powerful. They have taken the powers of the diamonds into themselves. How do you mean? Each diamond has an elemental quality. There is the diamond of blood, the diamond of ice, the diamond of smoke, and the diamond of shadow. You should expect the warriors to have taken some aspects of these diamonds as their own. Do you have any idea how I could track down these warriors somehow then? There's an ancient spell I know of that may spy upon such power. Will require a few ingredients for it to work. Should you be willing to get these ingredients for me, I will be able to locate the rough area where each of these warriors has taken refuge. The spell is imprecise, but should help you get on the right track in your search. If you desire for our freedom strong enough, will you gather the ingredients for this spell for me? Yes. Sure. What do you need? For the spell, I will need to make some scrying glasses. I will need enough so we can view the realm in its entirety. When enchanted, the scrying glass will be able to let us view the area that has been influenced by the presence of the diamonds of Azanadra. Okay, but what exactly do you need for this spell? Well, 6 scrying glasses should be sufficient. For each scrying glass, I need 2 magic logs, a steel bar, and some molten glass. This makes a total of 12 magic logs, 6 pieces of molten glass, and 6 steel bars. In addition, for the actual spell to enchant the glasses, I require 1 set of normal bones, some ash, some charcoal, and a single blood rune. Do you understand me, adventurer? Quick question. What kind of bones do you need? Standard bones. Other types of bones are of no use to me in this spell. Yes, I'll go get those for you. It's a slightly odd collection of ingredients, but I shouldn't have too much trouble getting those for you. And we've already gotten some of those for you. Magic logs. Hand over a magic log. Chat message times 12 here. Brilliant. And some ashes. Thank you, that's enough ash for the spell. Got some bones here. That's enough bones for the spell. So if we talk again, complete the following spell, I need the following items. 0 magic logs, 6 steel bars, 6 molten glass, 0 bones, 0 ash, 1 charcoal, 1 blood rune. Okay, perfect. So let's go and get the steel bars next. Lots of things. 6 steel bars is all well and good and easily accomplishable here. I think we can do slightly better. This is a good opportunity to make another inventory space free here. I'm just going to superheat a bunch of steel bars and then smith them into steel dart tips here. A bonus. Got it here. Damn it. Steel dart tips. Steel's making 5 times more than it should, so make note of that. Oh yeah, gonna do a little smithing here. Well, there's 67 mining. That is a quest requirement. And increase stamina when mining. Okay. whole mining and smithing work doesn't exist yet, but we still get the stamina business we need to deal with, so it's something. Smithing is done. Got 3,050 steel dart tips here. And since we made 50 instead of 10 per bar, like it would have been, making 610 steel darts. Got the feathers from chickens. It's all going well. Wielding the crystal bow and the full mystic. Still easily enough accuracy to kill chickens. So, that's not a problem. Make all the darts here. And then drop the rest of the dart tips, I guess. When we did many tens of thousands of dart tips, I just dropped it over to actually keep it. But for only 2,000, not too worried about that right now. Train the shopkeeper to get rid of all these darts, make a little bit of money. There you go. And then we've got 4 nature runes left. And we're going to do something with those 4 nature runes. Inventory space is going to be at a premium. Trying to survive some boss fights here. So we're going to get some more inventory space by high-alking some things. Like the fire staff that we used. Get most of the money back for that. The rune pickaxe that we used. Get almost none of that money back. The dragon mace, which we can just buy back from the Heroes Guild. And it is finally time to say goodbye to the rune hatchet. 5,300 fire giants slain to be on drop rate for what that would have been. But its purpose for training woodcutting and fletching and making money has reached the end here. I know exactly what I'm doing with the exact amount of money that I have, and we're surpassing it. Withdraw the money we currently have. We're up to 5,046,000. So that is more than enough. And if we want to make a tiny bit more money, we just go do some Slayer or crafting or something. So I think the 1 inventory space here is going to be worth it. High Alk, the rune hatchet. If we didn't decide to do this now, we would have to do it soon enough. So it has served us very, very well. 500 coins. 1/10 of a coin for every fire giant slain. Although, to be fair, that did also get us more money, too. So that's okay. Can't alk the crystal bow. That's not a thing. Well, that's okay. We're also running wildly low on runes here. And we need to get a blood rune for the quest anyways. So let's go get some runes. The Magic Guild shop here. Probably the only place we can get a blood rune. Maybe out in the wilderness, but this place also has all the other runes here too. 1 blood rune. That's all we need. Gonna stock up on law runes and air runes. That does put us back down below 5 mil though. So we'll worry about that later. We will get exactly where we want to be. Even if it takes a little bit. That is plenty of those. Lots of fire and earth runes here too, which is great. I'm not going to buy more water runes right now. That comes later. That's going to be another inventory space we can work with. Technically, we could also drop the earth runes. Buy them back for, like, 10,000 coins or something. Could be worthwhile. But we got so many of them and we're going to need them anyways, so we won't use that. Next up, we need molten glass. Would have been an idea to bring buckets with me the first time here, coming to Yanil, instead of having to run over to Port Khazard to the general store to get more. And there is buckets of sand for the glass. Now all we need is some seaweed, which we can just pick up here on Karamja. But also while we're here, we can pick up the charcoal. from Jiminua's shop here. That's also good. So 6 seaweed. And then we just bring it to a range to make soda ash. Whopping 1 cooking XP here. Potentially additional token XP added later. That's okay. We broke into this house. Just picklocked their locked door. Yeah, that's something. And then soda ash and bucket of sand, molten glass. And that should be everything we need. Making sure to not be wielding the Ceradoman items coming in here. Don't need to get attacked by everybody. Eblis. Here is your steel bars. Blood rune. Thank you. That blood rune should be sufficient for the spell. He's not saying that the things we're getting multiple are sufficient, but we're getting all the chat messages, so it's working. And a charcoal. Thank you. There's enough charcoal for the spell. Excellent. Those are all the ingredients I need to create the scrying glasses. I'll find a suitable spot in the desert to the east of here and set them up. When you are ready to begin your search, please come and find me there. I'll show you how to utilize the mirrors to find the diamonds. Alright. Out to the east, he says. With the roofs off, we'll probably be able to see him there and also here. Draw distance. It's a thing. Eblis. Ah, so you got here at last. As you have noticed, I have made the mirrors for the spell and cast the enchantment upon them. By simply looking into each mirror, you'll be able to see the area where the trace magics from the diamonds of Asanadra are emanating from. Unfortunately, I cannot narrow down the search closer with this kind of spell, but if you search the areas shown to you, you may be able to find some clues leading you to the evil warriors of Zamorak, who stole the diamonds in the first place. So you can't be more specific about where to look for these warriors and their diamonds? I'm afraid not. Other than the direction that the mirror is facing will be approximately the direction you will need to head in. Make sure to come and speak to me when you've retrieved all 4 diamonds. Alright. This is where it all starts.
Back in town where we got some lore. They've got one god and don't want more. Just down south in a pyramid, the 4 keys have been hid. Down a well under Palniv niche, into your lungs the smoke will breach. In a field in Kandarin, what do the shadows hide within? In Mauritania to the east, the air does stink of blood and beast. And far up north, don't get trolled, the weather is icy and cold. 4 diamonds, 4 places for us who endure. 4 bosses, 4 fighting, 4 desert treasure.
There is a reason why there's 4 wild off locations. 4 diamonds. It's because of how the quest started out. Originally, Desert Treasure was not Desert Treasure. It was 4 completely separate quests made by an intern. They were not very good, had some very questionable writing and mechanics, so the quests themselves were scrapped. But they had all of these art assets and new locations and things, so it got put together with more of a cohesive narrative and became Desert Treasure. So now, we've got 4 places to go from those 4 quests. which one should we start with? I'm thinking probably start with the most difficult one. And that's going to be the ice diamond. We need some of the things from the huge list of things that we needed at the start to get that to work. We need a cake of some description, spiked boots, so that is a climbing boots and iron bar. Trollheim teleport will be very convenient for this. Climbing boots if we didn't have Trollheim teleport, so we'll only need the one other kind of boots. And restore potions would be a very good idea. So let's go get all of those things. We could just purchase a cake or chocolate bar, but we can just steal it instead. Could have made this iron bar back when we had all the smithing supplies. That would have been smart. Some potion supplies from Chaos Druids here. Not the best spot since there's only the 4 spawns, but gets the job done. A bunch of sharks. There's gonna be a lot of sharks for all the fighting. Really is our go-to food. It's pretty good. But they could be better. We just finish off one more hobgoblin here. And that is 80 Constitution. Milestone, achievement, and a lot of interesting things. A quest requirement. Torva, Virtus, and Pernix with 80 defense. Portent of Restoration 8. Attuned Portent of Restoration 8. Portent of Restoration 9 in Daemonheim with divination requirements. But most importantly, maxed out healing from the sharks. They'll now heal the full 200. Will 3 more health be what determines our success? Unlikely, but I'll take every benefit I can get here. Much like this snapegrass here, to make a prayer potion. There you go. And red spider eggs for restore potions. Ideally, we would have super restore potions, which would combine both of these, but we do not have the herbivore level for that, so we've got what we got. And now, just one final thing. Climbing boots from Tenzing. Hello, Tenzing. Hello there. Heard from some of the boys in town that you really gave the trolls a thrashing. Indeed. You keep it up, every little bit helps. I will. Anything else you need? I'd like some color alignment boots. I don't see why not. Let me see what I've got in your size. Standard boots for 12 GP. The only ones that exist. None of this rock climbing boots. Not a thing. What a mess that was. Let me just bring these boots and an iron bar over to Dunstan. And there. I'm afraid I lost the lamps you gave me. That's fine. Don't need to worry about that. Climbing boots. Can't do anything with that. Yes, you can. Fine. We'll take your lamps and then destroy them again. Lamps that don't exist. Hi. Well, if it isn't our own Sledder, what can I do for you today? Can you put some spikes on my climbing boots? For you, no problem. You do realize you can only use the climbing boots right now. The spiked boots can only be used in the Icelands, but no one's been able to get there for years. Yes, I still want them. You give Dunstan an iron bar and get the climbing boots. Now with spikes. Anything else before I get on with my work? No, that'll be good. Alright, speak to you later then. We have the sharks. Not enough space for that shark. With the spiked boots now. Destroy the mystery lamps. Again. Someday we will get all that free XP. It's gonna be great. For now, we're just going to Trollheim. up into the Icelands, like Dunstan said. The mirror showed a icy, trolly area. So that's where we're going. Way up here. All the way to the north. We can see them already. Very icy. Very cool. Very cold, even, one could say. Anyways. All the way down Trollheim here. Agility shortcuts. Coming soon-ish, I think. We're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. And we see, once we get up here, the big icy gate. Look at that. It's an ice gate. Go through the ice gate. The bars are frozen tightly shut, and a sturdy layer of ice prevents you from slipping through. Troll child. Hello there. Wah! This troll seems very upset about something. Maybe some sweet food would take his mind off things. Have a cake. Hey there, little troll. Take this and dry those tears. He's okay now. Hey there. Hello there. Hello there. Why so sad, little troll? It was the bad man. He hurt my mommy and daddy. He made them all freezy. Bad man. He said it was because they stole his diamond, but they never did. They found it and didn't know it belonged to him. My mommy always told me stealing was wrong. They would never steal from someone. Then he did some wavy hand thing, and my mommy and daddy got frozeified. A diamond, you say? Listen, I think I may be able to help your parents, but I need that diamond in return. I don't think they really wanted it anyway. They would have given it back to the bad man if he asked before freezing them. I give you my promise, mister, that if you unfreeze my mommy and daddy, you can have the stupid diamond. Do we have a deal? Yeah. Absolutely. Don't worry, kid. I'll get your parents back to you safe and sound. Did you free my mom and daddy yet? No. Please try harder. I love my mommy and daddy. Oh, I'm sorry. My mommy says that we ice trolls are so cold, we can freeze the air around us when we are upset or angry. I'm afraid I must have frozen those gates too much when I was crying. But since you told me you are going to help rescue my mommy and daddy, you should be able to squeeze through the bars. You are much smaller than most trolls. It should be easy for you. Very good. Squeeze through the ice gate. This area is so cold that you experience a constant slow drain on your stats while you remain within. Continue. Setting our spell to freeze. Talk to this ice troll here. Well, look here. A puny, fleshy human. You should be aware of the icy wind that runs through this valley to bring a fleshy like you to a cold end indeed. That's it. We're immediately being sent to a cold end here. Need to kill some ice trolls. Ice trolls. They do some damage here, so we need to be aware of that. And the icy chill is also doing a bunch of damage. A chunk of ice falls away from the cave entrance over the side there. That's what we're trying to deal with here. There's another blood rune. That's nice. Needed that before we could do this part of the quest, though, so that's okay. Our stats are getting wildly drained here. It's a problem. But we need to clear all the ice away here. A few more chunks. We should be fine. Fiery spells, which we have the level to use. All works out. Another chunk of ice falls. These guys are not aggressive, which is very good news, for sure. There's gonna be a problem with that soon here. Another chunk falls. Attack once more. Don't really care about any of the drops here from the trolls. Just need to get this part done here. Once we can get through, we'll be good. Looks like we can. So enter over here, and we can go through this cave entrance now. Now we're on this side, where we have an army of ice wolves, which is going to be a problem. Let us get out of here while we still can. We could use our restore potions to restore our stats, or we could just keep the game open for 22 minutes. We still kind of need, I mean, this might be enough prayer potions. We could try. Kind of do want one more Ranar, though. I'm going to go see if I can get one more Ranar, then fill up the inventory to perfection. And then, the hard part. Alright, here we go. Drop the water runes to make one more space. Bringing 2 prayer potions and 2 restore potions. We will see how that ratio goes here. Plenty of sharks, hopefully. Go through the ice gate. Time to get very, very cold. Running while we can. Get frozen. Takes away tons of our run energy. Preparing for the Ice Wolves section. Like a lot of things in 2023, these guys have been massively buffed. How much damage do they do? We're just going to keep on healing up here. Running when we can. Get our defensive prayer on. Do what we can. There we go. Only a few food used to get past the wolves here. Let's fight Camille. He's got a magical attack, which is also counts as a stun, unfortunately. Let's get close in here. Stats massively buffed from the pre-EOC mess. Or EOC changes and then later changes in 2015 to give him way more health and damage and everything. Uses ice magic to freeze us and also counts as a stun. That's evolution of combat beating us up here, my goodness. And then also melee attacks, while we're also having to deal with the freezing effects. So overall it's just a giant mess. Also got a graphical rework at some point through the years. He's looking very icy, very cool. We're doing decent damage here though. Nice big fiery damage. He is weakest to fire spells, for sure. Another stun. That's similar to how it was pre-EOC. He would freeze you, it would stop you from attacking for a little bit. So a stun is pretty appropriate. Prayer, keep that up. Technically we could be also using the defensive prayer. Wouldn't matter a huge amount. And almost there. Use another restore. Just keep our magic nice and high. Little bit more accuracy. Most of that is in the weapon, but it's okay. And we got plenty of restore here to work with. Getting those nice, perfect, full 200 shark heals is just fantastic. Great news. Another little stun. If we had the evolution of combat, we could do something about the stuns, which would be obviously pretty beneficial. One more hit, maybe. Most likely. Accuracy is not fantastic. That's okay. Stunned again. Little low on food here, I think. Probably going to need to do another return trip. And that's okay. Because Camille is defeated. Must have been the bad man that Cholkit was on about. His parents must be up ahead somewhere. And we get chocolate cakes and a super restore. That's doing 20. We can survive 10 of those. Then we can go for it. Running. Further ahead. Munching on the chocolate cakes. If we run out of food, we can just teleport. Will be fine. Running while we can. With the red energy. Restoration and the freezing it back off. Running up the ice path. Very fun. If this works. Doesn't look like it. The more running we can do here, the faster we will get through this, and the better things will go for us. All the way up here, after dealing with the boss fight, we got an entire another grueling section. Don't make much progress without my spiky boots. Here we go, spiky boots time. Running on ice. Generally not the best plan, but we're getting there. We're doing it. Running, falling, hurting ourselves. Eat another shark. Falling again. On the plus side, we get a super restore potion here, so that's nice. We'll be able to use that. Would have been more helpful before the boss fight, or during the boss fight, or anything like that. That's okay. Climbing up here. Constantly slipping because we keep on trying to run. Generally not the best plan, covered in ice. Squeeze through some more icy bars here. And run across this icy bridge. Totally safe. Totally reasonable thing to do. We find some ice blocks. Smash ice block with magic. Oh, thank you. It was really cold in there. But please, you must free my wife as well. Our son is dependent on us. And we just fall over. Smash the other ice block. Phew, I'm glad to be out of that big ice cube. Are you okay too, darling? Yes, I thought we were done for. Whatever did that nasty Camille freeze us up here anyway? Why'd he do that? He must have been trying to protect his diamond. You mean that diamond I found the other day belonged to him? But why didn't he just ask for it back? It's not like I really wanted or anything. And how did you know we had that diamond anyway, Fleshy? Your son told me. That's why I rescued you. It is very important that I have that diamond. Oh, my poor baby. He must have been so worried about us. Yes, but he certainly inherited his dad's smarts. If he told the Fleshy that we have the diamond and not that he had the diamond and not us, we might never have been rescued. Wait, what? The stupid troll kid had the diamond all along? Don't you talk bad about my baby like that. Now, dear. All's well that ends well. We've been freed, and this Fleshy has certainly earned himself that diamond. Let's get out of this terrible place and see our son. And we get teleported over here. Very convenient. We're just teleported to Trollheim. This is perfectly fine. Mommy, Daddy, you're free! That's right, son. And it's all thanks to this brave adventurer here. Now make sure you hand over that diamond he was looking for. It has been nothing but trouble for us. Let's just get back to our cave and have dinner. That's right, son. It's your favorite tonight, too. A big plate of raw mackerel. Raw mackerel! Yummy! Here you go, mister. Thanks for getting my mom and dad away from the bad man. Don't worry about it. Just as long as I don't have to go back into that blizzard. And we remove our spiky boots, because we don't need those anymore. Restore back up that. Wow, our regular stats are getting destroyed because the regular restores don't restore those. So that's something. Drop spiked boots here. Keep the ice diamond. And a prayer potion and a super restore potion. Regular restore potion is not going to do anything else for us right now. We have 3 in our stats, so that's a problem. Could drink the super restore, and that would solve all of our problems. Or I could literally just wait around for 52 minutes. At least a little bit. And now, we need to think about which diamond to go for next. Although waiting around with a diamond also has some concerns. So, I'll think about it. Thought about it. Using it. Let's not be so useless here. And the last bit of super restore. Go for it. There you go. Now everything's fine. Next up, the blood diamond. The mirror showed us Canifis here. Let me just look around here and find somebody blood related. My lord, Malak, what brings you here? You know very well that your tithe is due, Roavar. I'm here to collect it this time. Yes, of course, sire. But surely your graciousness is too important to perform such menial duties such as this himself. Is this not Gatarank's job, your most high beneficence? Indeed it is, Roavar, but I cannot find that incompetent fool. And assuming you are not the one who wishes to tell Lord Draken that his tithe has not been collected, I saw fit to take on the duty myself this time. Of course, my lord, I meant no disrespect. So, you have the tithe ready for me? Of course, my lord. I trust you'll find it all there and in good order. Well, for your sake, you had better hope that indeed it is. The mood I am in for having to come to this wolfen cesspit means any shortfall is coming from you directly. Then again, perhaps this was not a total waste of my time after all. You there. Me? Yes, you. Your bearing suggests you are not one of the usual peasants, and your stench suggests you are not one of these filthy wolfen folk. Come here. I would like to know what you're doing in these lands. Malak. One of Mortania's vampiric nobility. A human, eh? Give me one good reason why I should not just take you to Lord Drakan now. Drakan, either way. You had better make it a good one too, or you will not survive the night, I'll wager. We could lie. Seems like a mistake. I'm just looking for a special diamond. I have reason to believe it is somewhere in this vicinity, and it is probably in the possession of a warrior of Zamorak. I'm fairly sure it will have some kind of magical aura or something, too. I don't suppose you've seen it, or know where it might be. Interesting. Well, perhaps we can come to a little arrangement, human. I may have information that may assist you, but you in turn will have to do something for me. What do you say? You think we could come to some form of agreement? Well, what kind of something? No offense, but you're not exactly the trustworthy type. Ah, you have a healthy sense of paranoia, I see. It is not a particularly unfair request on my part. All I ask is that you ensure that the current owner of the diamond is killed. For my part, I'll let you know his whereabouts and how exactly to kill him. When he is dead, you may take the diamond from his corpse and do with it what you will. I have no interest in such baubles. So what do you say? A life for a diamond. As a mark of good faith, I will give you some information free. The current owner of this diamond is named Desuis. Desuis. Agree, yep. Well, I can't see any drawback. Okay, I accept your offer. Now tell me what you know. What I know? After you have been alive for as long as the things I know are enough to fill a library. I'm afraid you'll have to be a little more specific. Why do you want Desuis dead? I'll see exactly how this bargain benefits you. Why do you want Desuis killed anyway? That is an impertinent question to demand from myself. However, I will help. If it will help seal our deal, I will let you know some of the details. As you may or may not know, myself and my bloodkin are the rulers of this land, all serving under Lord Draken. However, we tend to not die of old age or similar natural causes, which means that to gain another lord's title or land, there often need to be unnatural causes of death involved. Let us just say that Desuis is in control of some land that I myself would like some say in, and that it is not in my interest to be seen to be responsible for the death of a fellow lord. It would, however, be extremely advantageous to myself should some random human adventurer take it upon themselves to remove this rival for me. Do you understand? Yes, I think so. Good. We understand each other then. We'll both benefit from the death of Desuis. Where can I find this Desuis? He currently resides in a graveyard to the southeast of here. You will not be able to move the gravestone which he lies beneath, however. You'll need to find some way to lure him out from his tomb. And how exactly would I go about doing that? Well, he is a vampire, so fresh blood would almost certainly entice him out. However, even though he is a frail and decrepit example of our species, you'll be able to kill a weakling human such as yourself extremely easily. Having him in a bloodlust, as he does so, will not make your job any easier. So, what advice can you give me on killing Desuis? As ancient and weak as Desuis is, he is still more than a match for the likes of you. That is, assuming you were to fight him fairly. My proposal would be for you to even the odds up a little bit. How would I go about doing that? Well, my plan would be as follows. First, take a silver bar to the man living in the sewers in Draenor. He was an assistant to Count Draenor in some of his more interesting experiments many years past. Tell him you need a sacrificial offering pot. He'll know what you speak of. It's a unique type of container used in various ancient vampire ceremonies. Then take that pot to Entrana and get it blessed by the head monk. This will lend the pot some holy power. If you then bring that silver pot back to me, I will provide you with some fresh blood to put into it. To that pot of blood, you'll add some crushed garlic and some spice to disguise the smell. Use that pot of blood on Desuis' tomb, and he'll be unable to resist rising to drink from it. The combination of garlic, silver, and blessings from Saradomin will act upon him as a poison, and allow you to kill him. This is just my suggestion, of course. You may ignore it if you wish, although I offer no guarantees of your ability to defeat him otherwise. Anything else you wanted? That should be good. We got all the information we need. I'll figure out all I needed to know about myself. As you wish, come see when you've managed to kill Desuis. Alright. So we got lots of things we need to go get. We need to get a silver bar, a bit of spice, garlic, plus some more to crush the garlic, probably some more potions and food and such. We can start by making the pot here. Once again, we need a pickaxe, but definitely was a good choice to get rid of it before. We needed everything we had for the ice diamond, my goodness. Well, let's just get this all together. Plenty of silver. up in the Alcarid mine here. And not too bad with the bronze pickaxe. That's okay. Going to be doing plenty more silver mining there for crafting and such. But for right now, we just need the singular bar here. Smelt the silver bar. And that's an achievement, apparently. We really do get just random achievements all over the place while just doing things. None of the achievement diaries or other achievements exist yet, so definitely going to need to look into that in the future once they actually exist. I don't think we would necessarily need to go back and redo any achievements, because we did do the achievements. It's fine. Either way, though, we get to go and explore the new Draenor sewers here now. So that's nice. These are free to play, except for the guy we're going to go talk to. Open the trapdoor, climb down the trapdoor, and get greeted with some zombies. Oh boy. A fairly convenient location to fight zombies and skeletons. And also there's a Turok here. That's not here yet. Mostly we're here to talk to Ruintun here. Hello. You should not be down here. Are you an assistant to Count Draenor? I used to have that honor. Why do you seek me? I have a silver bar with me. I was wondering if you could make it into a sacrificial offering pot for me. Yes, of course. There you are. Put it to good use. He is just a delightful looking guy. Very, very old school still. Anything else to say? Hello. You should not be down here. This isn't Count Draenor. Yep. Make a second option pie with silver. We heard it from Malik. It's been many years since I've been needed to, however. Let's get the full lore on this guy here. Hello, you should not be down here. Assistant, why you seek me? I understand you can make a sacrificial offering pot if I bring you a bar of silver. And where did you hear this? It was from Malak in Canifis. Ah, I see. Yes, I know how to make such an item. It has been many years since I have needed to, however. It is not my wish to question your desire for such an item. I was merely surprised that one such as you would make such a request. I will happily make you this pot. You must bring me a bar of silver. Alas, I can no longer collect my own ingredients, and must remain here. Lots of stuff going on with that. We're going to go take the other exit here from the sewers, because why not? Seem as reasonable as possible here. Zombies, rats, skeletons. It's definitely something in here. And head into town here. Might be like walls here or something. Either way. I'm gonna grab some garlic. No garlic there in the pile of garlic. Morgan, where have you stored your garlic? Find nothing. Upstairs. It's in different places over the years. This garlic. There we go. And there's his wife. Let's get back out here again. Let's go around. So we got the silver pot. We need to go get that blessed. We also need to get this garlic crushed. So we need a pestle and mortar. Both of which we can accomplish on Entrana. My favorite place to go. Alright. All the combat things. Amulet, possibly allowed. We'll see. Ring, probably allowed. We will just drop all this in a big old pile and go to Entrana. Drop the Mystic first. Oh, we had to destroy the cape. Fine. Got the Crystal Bow, traveling to Entrana. We're gonna need to go get that cape back then. That's got a lot of magicness to it. Very helpful to have. So let's be quick here. Or else then we could show up and take our stuff. Trade this guy. Get Pestle Mortar. Crush the garlic. There you go. Don't need that anymore. And go get this blessed by the High Priest here. Of Entrana. Here he is. Many greetings. Welcome to our fair island. Hi, I was wondering, can you quickly bless this for me? A somewhat strange request, but I see no harm in it. There you go. May Saradomin walk with you. Fantastic. Simple and effective. And compared to some other times we've tried to go to Entrana, less annoying. Travel back. Outside here. Pick up all of our things. Delightful. Yeah, just missing the cape now. Gonna need to get that back. We got the blessed pot. We got the garlic. We need some spice. I'm gonna go pick that up in Ardoin. From the spice merchant here. Trade spice seller for some spice. Because he also does have garlic. That would have been fine. Anyways. Locally sourced garlic, though. Very appropriate. That is everything we need to improve this pot. So let's go back to Canifis by teleporting to Varrock and running all the way over there. Could have went and got the ectophile, but then that'd be an inventory space, so Can't wait to see where this vampire is going to get some blood for us. Hey, Malak. I found Renton in the Draenor's sewers. He made this pot. Now we're going to get some fresh blood to fill it with. Yeah. It's our blood. Why are you still here? I noticed Nesmus still lives. Wild. Well, we got the blood, and the crushed garlic, and the spice. A blessed silver pot, filled with blood, garlic, and spices. Perfect. So now, we just need to go and fight. But of course, we kind of need some more supplies here. We're gonna go get probably just like just one more Raynar to make another prayer potion. That should be enough. 7 doses. And then fill up on sharks. Of course. Was on my way to Canifis when I remembered, oh yeah, need to go get the cape back. Went back to our doing, grabbed a knife to cut the web. And now we're back here again. 1 Saradomin cape. Beautiful. Now we need to go get a shark again. That's fine. Alright. Let's go kill a vampire. There are a few different ways that may or may not be able to get us to where we need to be. Depending on when things may or may not have changed. So we're just going to go for the classic route here. Starting right here near the werewolf agility course entrance. Running down through the swamp. There are ghasts here, which is not ideal. They might rot some of our food. Technically, we could have went and gotten druid pouches to make that not happen. Depending on how many food we lose, that could have been the correct choice. It's quite the looping system through here. It does take a bit of running. Doesn't seem like there's too many ghasts, so things could be worse, I suppose. If we only end up losing 1 food, it's equivalent to if we just... Oh, there's 2. Ah, well. We tried. I mean, we didn't try. We tried to not. That's okay. Oh, there's a lot of gas over this section. My goodness. Keep running. Need to run away from that. My goodness. Here is the graveyard. Let's drop these. That's not going to help us at all. And set our magic to an air spell. We can get away with Air Blast, even though it's level 41, since with spell scaling it scales up to level 60, and our staff's level 60, so it caps at 60. Using Air Wave doesn't help us at all. All it does is spend an extra air rune for no reason. Oh, that's okay. And we're going to use some prayer here. Probably protect from ranged. No. Use the Obelisk Pot on the Vampire Tomb. Pour the blood onto the tomb, and a vampire breaks out. There he is. Desuis. He attacks with all the combat styles. Melee attacks, and then also a combination of ranged and magic. Our accuracy is not very good. 42%. There's a little blood attack thing there. We're doing fine. Little magic hit. That's okay. As with all the other Desert Treasure bosses, he was buffed in 2015. So a little bit more health than he would have had, and a little more damage than right after the evolution of combat. But still, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Didn't even need to use the prayer potions. Doesn't look like. Unless we just splash just an amazing amount of times here. Goodbye, vampire guy. Well, that's this den. Where's the diamond he was supposed to have? If Malak lied to me about it, he is going to pay. And now, we get to run back over to Malak, I suppose. Probably still faster to just run back through the swamp here instead of teleporting to Varrock. Well, that's okay. Over to the side here is a path that we might be able to take. It gets over to the tree here to go back through the shortcut. But some bunches of plants are in the way or not in the way, depending on possible things. I'm just going to run back through this way. Another thing that's not here yet is green salamanders. That is later. Of course we can get through the exit without getting any more of the food rotted. Of course that's how that's going to work. Ah well. There's a lot of paths that almost look like paths, but there's plants in the way. No. It is what it is. It all works. Yeah, that was definitely a lot easier. Helps that we weren't getting constantly damaged by the environment and getting our stats lowered and just everything, really. Oh, the ice diamond is mine, thief. Stranger. He's dead. Wonder what that was all about. There was an assassin sent to get the diamond back from us. But we one hit him, so not a very good assassin, clearly. So others are also aware of what we're up to here. Luckily they don't have a huge pile of assassins, and we can just get on with it here. That is another problem dealt with. Ah, the wandering hero returns. I take it you have dispatched poor old Desuis for me. Quit playing games with me, Malak. I want that diamond, and I want it now. Do not take that tone of voice with me, meat. You should be thankful that I have allowed you your life. Here, take your precious little bauble. I will take that silver pot from you as well, human. Humans are not meant to possess such artifacts. Now get out of my sight. Our deal is complete, and if I see you here again, I will not hesitate to take you to Lord Draken. He'll be extremely pleased to meet the murderer of poor Desuis, I suspect. Fair enough. That is the blood diamond. Alright. So now there are 2 left to go. Which one want to do now? I'm thinking the shadow diamond. And that starts over near Ardoin. I'm gonna pop over here and head towards where the mirror showed us. Just a little field area up to the northwest here. Not too much going on in that area, so we'll just have to see what we can find. And what we can find is going to be a person. Been over here quite a bit, nearby, fighting moss giants and stuff. But that's not going to get us an ancient treasure diamond thing. Nope. We need to go a little bit further. Moss giants. Not aggressive anymore. Got a few more levels. Very good. Here is Rizzolo. Hey there. Greetings, friend. I am Rizzolo, the famous merchant. Would you care to see my wares? Yes. He's got a very interesting shop, full of a wide variety of things. An option for where we can get a dragon dagger for a reasonable price. Still might just go with the dragon mace whenever we need to buy something like that, just because it has the prayer bonus. Also has a wide variety of other things, just wild stuff in here from all over the place. But that's not really what we're worried about right now. We need to talk about the diamonds of Azanadra. Just asking random people nearby. No, actually, I was looking for something specific. And what would that be? I'm looking for one of the diamonds of Azanadra. I have reason to believe it may be somewhere around here. Ah, the shadow diamond. I know the object of which you speak is guarded by a fearsome warrior known as Damus. They say, who lives in the shadows, invisible to prying eyes. How can I find this Damus, then? Well now, perhaps we can help each other out here. I have in my possession a small trinket, a ring that allows its wearer to see the unseen. And how much do you want for it? Ah, but it is not for sale, as such. I'm offering to trade it for an item that was rightfully mine, that was stolen by a bandit named Lahib. The item in question is a gilded cross that has some sentimental value to myself. I wish for you to recover this item for me, and I will happily let you have my ring of visibility. Where can I find this Lahib? Well, as a traveling merchant, I have roamed these lands for many years. To the far east of here, there is an area that is dry and barren like the desert. It is called Al-Kharid? Yes, Al-Kharid. Now to the south of Al-Kharid, there's a passageway. It is called the Shantae Pass. Yes, I didn't realize you had traveled there yourself. Anyway, when you've gone through the Shantae Pass, you'll find yourself in a hostile desert. You'll need to bring water with you to keep your life. Now, to the southwest of this pass, you'll find a small village, the Bedouin camp. If you know where Lahib lives, why did you ask me? I don't. Sorry, please continue. Well, okay then. Anyway, south of this encampment, there's an area where few have ever been. In a village of murderous bandits and treacherous thieves, this is where Lahib makes his home. He will have hidden his stolen treasure somewhere in that village, I am sure of it. When you find his loot, you'll find my gilded cross. Return it to me, and I'll reward you with my ring of visibility. So you may find Damus. Does this seem fair to you? Yep. Not a problem. I'll be back with your cross before you know it. It's going to be slightly a problem, actually. It is in a locked chest, and we need to prepare for that. With a combination of food, anti-poisons, and lockpicks. potentially just so many lockpicks. So we are going to drop some of the sharks here. Really depends on how much damage it does. Go and get some anti-poisons over here near the observatory. Just combine these all into one big dose here. And then continue the world hopping strategy over the Yandel Agility dungeon here, picking up lockpicks. Later on, and previously, there were other places we could get lockpicks, but locations and drop tables and thieving tables and everything means this is pretty much where we can get a lockpick. At least we can get a lockpick without breaking any rules here. It exists. We exist. Hopefully we don't need to get too many of these, because this is definitely a process. This is definitely a process. You'll fill up here and then head all the way down to the bandit camp. Don't have inventory space to take off the Ceradome and stuff, so some bandits might attack me here. That's fine. And we just kind of ran through town. No problems. Here is the secure chest. A lockpick on the chest. You attempt to pick the first lock and fail. Locking mechanism has reset itself. And we snap the lockpick. And we snap the lockpick. Snap it. Snapped. Snapped again. Successfully picked the first lock, and it failed the second. So the thief allow you to see some kind of elaborate, booby-trapped locking mechanism on the chest. Try to open it? Yes. First lock, failed. Looks like it's not much damage at all. Snapped. First lock, poisoned. Okay. So barely any damage. And just a little bit of poisoned. So yeah, that is what we're gonna be doing here. Now we need to run back and get more lockpicks. Yeah. Lockpick. Fail. Fail. Got this first lock there. Failed the second. Failed. First lock. Second lock. Managed to pick the final lock. And there we go. So only needed a few more. Brilliant. I'm going to drop all of these. And the anti-poison. And the lockpicks. And there you go. Head back to Arduin. Get some food together. And go turn in this Gilded Cross. Rizzolo, I have returned. Have you retrieved my Gilded Cross for me yet? Yes, I have. Excellent, excellent. Here, take this ring. While you wear it, you'll be able to see the things that live in shadows. And you will be able to find the entrance to Damas's lair. Wear the Ring of Shadows. Ring of Visibility, even. See in the shadows. Have a great time. Not be wielding the Ring of Life, which is generally not a good plan on hardcore here, but here is the entrance to the Shadow Dungeon. Let's head on in here. Inside the Shadow Dungeon, we got giant skeletons and other enemies in here too. Set our spell to Earth. Prepare our prayers to pray. And we'll run past some more skeletons and stuff. Are they aggressive? Doesn't look like it. There's some other things in here though too we want to deal with. It's not particularly shadowy in here. That's okay. It's spooky enough, I suppose. With all the spooky skeletons, so it's something. We also got a couple bats, larger bats, and shadow hounds. I feel like everything's unaggressive now. Definitely makes running through here much less concerning. And speaking of running through here, we should probably rest up for a second before we enter the obvious boss arena giant room at the end here. Have plenty of run energy. Although the first half of the fight is fine, so well, let's run on in. Hey, Damus. I'm here. Gonna steal your diamond. Damus. You should have listened to me. What? You do not belong in this place. Turn back now or prepare to meet your doom. 40% accuracy this time. Oh boy. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. But we hit pretty good when we hit, so I'll take it. I'll take it. Heal up. There's a big shadowy guy with a big sword. Very fun. The graphical rework to the bosses here was pretty solid. But this is not the end of the fight here. Because of course it isn't. That'd be too easy. Just fighting a guy with a sword. That's not even remotely a challenge. 417 hit there, my goodness. Now I'll show you my true power. Alright, so now he is running towards us. He took off his armor, which is amazing. If he hits, he takes away some prayer, which is not ideal. There's a few options here we could use, like safe spotting him or using binds. Or we just run away. Saves us from having to bind nature runes. Or lure him somewhere specific. We probably could also just tank him. Would be fine too. Well, this is easy enough. Past the skeleton. Another shot there. Still with our 40% accuracy here. It's not exactly ideal. Yeah. Yeah. Lure him around. Strike him down. Still get hit. That's okay. I don't think we really need to re-up on prayer again here. Save the 1.5 prayer potions we have left for the last fight. Juke past him here. Kinda. Prayer was much more important for this fight when it protected 100% of damage instead of only 50. Down he goes. And there is the Shadow Diamond. 3 out of 4. And that just leaves the Smoke Diamond. A few things we're going to want for that, though. Won't need the Ring of Visibility. We kind of need that to still be in here, probably. Apparently not. We can reclaim this from Rizzolo. That'll be fine. No, that'll work. What we're going to need is going to be a few things for the Smoke Dungeon. A tinderbox, ice gloves, and energy potions. Energy potions might not technically be needed, but just to speed things up and make sure things work, I'd say it's worthwhile. So to get energy potions, we can do that easily enough. Herb lore. It is Harlanders and chocolate dust. Very doable. Getting our chocolate from the baker here. Interestingly, he stocks chocolate bars, but you can't steal them from the stall. Interesting stuff. Just need 4 here. And we can use the knife to make the chocolate dust, to make the energy potions. Not too often you need energy potions, especially with the changes to run energy later. But this is one of those times. There's 3 energy potions. I just need to grab a few more things. Our accuracy is so bad here against the Ice Queen, my goodness. Really, 24%? Some things have absolutely wild defense. But we'll manage. Doesn't have much health, at least. Just need to probably just hit one more time would be fine. Well, now one more time. 1/4 of the time it works every time. Just need to slay her again to pick up ice gloves. Got a tinderbox from the general store. I think we should probably get more water runes here. Let's grab all the water runes. We're going to be using water spells. So having more than 10 casts would probably be beneficial here. And lastly, from Manaka here. Technically you should be down in the dungeon, but close enough. A face mask, which now exists. We're going to be putting on the mask and the gloves here. Technically we could get rid of the Mystic. Wouldn't be a terrible plan. But we don't really need the inventory spaces for this one. So, I'm just going to go grab a few more sharks here. And we should be good to go. Hello again. Eblis. Just still working on it. We're still working on the diamonds. Don't worry about it. Running off in this direction now. Over to a well, which we saw in the mirrors. Up there, there's some new mine. So that's something that doesn't exist. It's even an ore that doesn't exist. Oh, more bandits over here too, huh? Wild. Climb down, smoky well. And see a lot of foul-looking smoke at the bottom of this well. I don't think breathing it in directly would be very good for my health. Correct. Climb down the well. Got a spooky, smoky effect here. If there was a similar thing like this in the Shadow Dungeon, that would look appropriate. But more shadowy than smoky. Although it's also a bit of a mess on the screen, but that's okay. This is the Smoke Dungeon. And it has a new monster here. The Dust Devil. Which we have the exact Slayer level of 65 for. So, that's fantastic. We could attack him. Magic is not the best choice here, as is a ranged enemy. That's okay. Drop table. Fairly exciting. Definitely the most interesting thing on here is the 1 in 32,000 drop of a dragon chain body, which we did not get on our first kill, unfortunate. But yeah, these will now be an option for Slayer tasks, I suppose. Anyways, what we need to do is open this box here, but it is locked, obviously. Couldn't be that easy. Instead, we've got little pillars that we need to light on fire in the corners of the dungeon. And we have to do it quickly. That's what the energy potions are for. Running, running, running. That's what we need to do. Also down in here, we got Pyre Fiends, Fire Elementals, Fire Giants. All sorts of fiery goodness, basically. And over in here is the obvious boss arena. Fire Giant's aggressive. Yeah, that checks out. So what we need to do here is get over to the standing torch here. An old mystical torch. Very magical. Very cool. We will restore our run here and get to it. Light the standing torch. And away we go. With the amount that we restore run energy, we may not even technically need the potions. But still still useful. Realistically, you might want more potions, or even super energies would be literally twice as good. But this will probably get the job done. And if it doesn't, we would need to go and get more potions. So hopefully we can avoid having to do that. Maybe a little bit of damage from all the fire giants. Not a huge problem. I'm gonna run. Keep running. Our weight is also decent here. Not too bad. The robes definitely aren't the heaviest option here. And we've got so many potions and things. We're not holding just a huge pile of food either. Running, running, running. Like the third torch over in this corner. Having a great time. Oh yeah. We definitely used some of the energy here. Would have probably ran out. But this is still good. It's definitely working. And again, like the other previous two, the situation is much, much nicer than the ice was. So we got that going for us at least. The path is lit. Now claim the key. From this box, the burnt chest. I wonder what's inside. Sounds like a key. Open the chest and take the key. But we have a vial here, so the key went on the ground. Warm key. There you go. Just keep on using the energy potions here. Run on back to the boss fight, huh? That'll work. That'll work. Alright. So, basically, that is the puzzle here. Run around. A bit of a puzzle, I guess. Could be worse. Could be worse. But now we have the final Guardian boss guy to fight. With all the fiery guys here, and the lava, and the lighting fires, and the warm key, and the burnt everything. Obviously, fire related here. So we're going to want our water spells, which we have. And let's get in here. Open the gate. You dare trespass in my realm, says Farid. Once again, 42% accuracy. Things could be better. And again, could have brought nature runes to do bind or whatever. This is fine. Got a nice big room here to run around. Do plenty of damage. And we even have more energy potions in case we need to run further. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. There's some very nice hits here. Whoop. Pretty good for 42% accuracy, I'd say. Looking good. Looking good. And another shot for you. And he's gone. I should take all 4 diamonds to Eblis and see what is so special about them. Smoke diamond. Take from the ashes of the warrior. Very good. So now, we can get back over to Eblis. Ran past him on the way in here. No, just back through the dungeon and the desert. Very good. Teleported out to get an anti-poison. But we're back. Hey, Eblis. How you doing? So, I have all 4 of these diamonds of Azanadra. Now what? Azanadra was our greatest ever hero. He was unkillable, and the cowardly traitors who stole our lands did not know what to do with him, for his hatred for them was as strong as his magics. In the end, they cast a spell upon him to trap him in the stone structure to the south of here. That one over there. It's a pyramid. They stole his very life force, the essence of his power, and trapped it within 4 crystals, the very same 4 diamonds which you have now recovered from the brigands who stole from us. The 4 pillars surrounding the structure are keeping the containment spell intact. By placing a diamond into each, you'll breach the magical defenses and begin to restore Azanadra's power, and be able to enter the structure. Go, place the diamonds, and free my lord Azanadra. The path will be hard, for his prison is full of traps and danger to prevent his rescue, but he will reward you beyond your wildest dreams when freed. Quickly, after all these centuries, Lord Azanadra is nearly free. You must spare no time. Place the diamonds upon the pillars and enter the pyramid so that you may free him. Pyramid, pillars, diamonds. Sounds like a plan to me. We did not bring any water, but we have plenty of food, so it's probably fine. Here is first pyramid here, pillar here. Let's use some gems on it. Stick the blood diamond in the obelisk. It's magically, just what you want to see. Another pyramid here. That one took the shadow diamond. This corner. Place in the ice diamond. There's those little magical balls at the top here too. Wild. And lastly, the smoke diamond. Place that just like that. And then we can head inside. Very good. Very good. Open the pyramid door here and climb down the ladder. Forced access to the pyramid has vanished. Delightful. Let's make sure the map's the correct way over here. So here's inside the pyramid. Just need to ignore this mummy here. A victim of poor first aid. Wild. We need to get to the bottom of the pyramid. The task is not done just yet. We can activate some traps, get attacked by mummies and scarab swarms. Just generally running through here, having a good time. With 4 more empty inventory spaces, which is also nice. Head down, and look, it's more pyramid. You can see on the map here, there's the ladder over there to go down further. But we're just going to keep running through here. Hopefully we can avoid getting chucked out of the pyramid. That would be good. Mummies are non-aggressive, so that solves a lot of our problems. It's weird the number of things that are now unaggressive here. Some things... I don't know if there's anything that's aggressive that used to not be aggressive. 3rd level! Even bigger. Anyways. Yeah, with a large mini-map, further draw distance, you can really just go for it. The original draw distance was very small. So, got a lot of positives here for us. Some things that might help with getting through here. Less weight, more run energy. Hard to say. That one spawned a mummy, so it was aggressive. That's something. So many levels. So many levels. We're almost out of run here too. Oh, there's another mummy. Oh no. So we're gonna rest here at the next ladder. So we can just keep on running here. Technically we could use the energy potion, but if we have to come back through here multiple times, I'd like to still have that. Down. to the 4th level. Each level keeps getting bigger, and also fascinatingly, it's kind of like larger than the pyramid itself. So there's something going on with that. Inside spaces, or we're just further underground, also an option. Lots of levels here. And finally, this one is the lowest level. We can see the innermost room here. Just need to get over there. Running. Oh, scarab swarm. Spooky. Look at him. Just some scarabs. They don't do much. The scarabs don't have a drop table. The mummies do. But I'm not too worried about it either way. Let's keep going here. More scarabs. Potentially poisonous. That's what the anti-poison's for. That's fine. That's fine. Running. 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 And the last corridor here. Open the door. And we're in. Talk to Asinadra. I knew they could not trap me here for long. Well done, soldier. Tell me, how goes the battle? Battle? You do not know of the battle? More time must have passed than I had thought. Tell me, what news of great Padua? Do the shining spires of Lasar still stand? And what of glorious Anakarl? The fortress is still intact? Sorry, I've never heard of them. No. My lord, what has become of you? I cannot hear your voice in my mind anymore. My thanks to you, brave warrior, for your help in freeing me from this accursed tomb, but it seems I have much to do to make amends. If the shining cities no longer stand, then it means that we must have failed my lord. How long have I been trapped here? Master, have you truly been dispatched from this world? Warrior, for your efforts in freeing me, I offer you the gift of knowledge. I bestow upon you the ancient Jagex, taught me by my lord before his disappearance. May you use them well in battle for our people. They will replace the knowledge you previously had, but you may switch between them by praying at the altar in this room at any time. I trust that we shall meet again, adventurer. I offer you the blessing of myself and my master in all of your endeavors. Now I must leave you, for there must be some trace of my master's power left somewhere. Feel free to use the portal I shall create to return here easily in the future. Quest complete. Desert Treasure. 3 quest points, 20,000 magic XP, Ancient Jagex, access to the Bandit Camp Home Teleport. See if that's actually been automatically activated. That's a lodestone, doesn't exist yet. Ability to buy and wield the Ancient Staff. 1 time only. From Eblis for 80,000 coins. So if we buy that staff and then need to get rid of it, we would have to get an Ancient Staff a different way. And access to Zoroastrian gravestones, which don't exist. Overall, very good. I should go and let Eblis know what's happened here. And Asinadra has gone. Ancient Jagex is very interesting. We get some spells here. Combat spells. There is the 4 elements: smoke, shadow, blood, and ice in 4 different levels here. We got the lower level rushes, the lower level but multi-target burst spells, the higher level single target blitz spells, and the highest level multi-target barrage spells, ranging from level 50 all the way up to 94. With our 69 magic, we can currently cast up to Bloodburst. That's interesting. They take death runes and elemental runes now. The rune cost of things changed and all that. Blood runes for the higher level ones. So, not the most viable, especially with the number of death and blood runes we could purchase. Not a huge opportunity, especially in legacy mode. And they all have special effects here, which do more. Reduce the target's chance to hit. Reduce the target's damage dealt. Heals you. And freezes them in place. So, interesting effects. But still, again, fairly expensive to use. A little more complicated than regular magic. And also, we got teleports to 8 different locations. We got Padua, which is basically Edgeville. Sentiston, which is the dig site. Caril, which is Canifis. Lasar, Ice Mountain. Dariak, in the Western Wilderness. Karlanger, the Graveyard of Shadows. Anakarl, the Demonic Ruins. And Gorak, Ice Plateau. The higher level ones, all out in the wilderness. But we don't really want ancient magics, especially since we have all these teleports on regular magic. A lot more convenient. But we also have a portal here, which leads us outside. We can enter this tunnel now. So if we want to switch to ancient magics, we can come back here. Not a problem. Let's go talk to Eblis and Asgarnia. Tell them about all the interesting things we found here. Freed some ancient, powerful wizard guy. He said we will meet again. So we will see about that, won't we? Hey, Eblis, I did the thing. So have you spoken to my lord Asanadra yet? Yes, I have. And what words did he have for his followers? He didn't really mention you at all, but he did teach me some cool new magic spells. It is understandable, perhaps. His poor mind must be addled after all of those years of confinement. He would not willingly ignore his followers. Anyway, if he has taught you our ancient magics, you may be interested in purchasing an ancient heirloom that was passed down to me. My ancestor fought in the ancient battles using the magic of our god. This heirloom will improve the effects of your spellcasting. Normally, I could not bear to part with such a priceless relic. But for your help in freeing my lord Asanadra, I'll be prepared to sell it to you for a mere 80,000 gold. Are you interested? No. Maybe later. As you wish. Bear my offer in mind. Should you ever change your decision, you may find me here. Alright. It's a level 50 staff anyways, so even if we wanted it, it's not very good. I don't know if other staffs can auto-cast Ancients. Again, not really going to use Ancients, so not too worried about it. Anyways, we agreed to split the profits 50-50 with Asgarnia Smith here. So we'll tell him about 50% of the spells, I guess. Hello there. Hello again. Did you manage to find any signs of that treasure yet? Not as such, but I unleashed a powerful demon from its tomb in return for unbelievable magic power. So no gold then? Not as such, no. Sorry about that. Aw, I was hoping to go abroad on holiday this year. Maybe I'll go check out Karamja next. I hear there's treasure to be found there. Alright. See you later, then. Sorry I couldn't get you any treasure. Ah, don't sweat it, kid. I'll be honest with you. I'm already rich many times over, and it's more the kicks of being a treasure hunter I do it for than the actual cash. Fair enough. A good adventure is a good time, too. But after that adventure, we're definitely going to be toning things down slightly. It's going to be a little bit before they outdo Desert Treasure. But we will slow down do some other quests next time. Goodbye.